there, Mirka. I'm for Congress September 15th in Tucson, Arizona, and also Pima County Sheriff next year, and also independent presidential candidate, that is if we have elections. And welcome to, by Resolution 49, introduced to disbar and expel insurrectionist officials. Yay! Here, Tucson, Arizona, independent presidential and sheriff candidate and congressional contender Trista DeGenova has introduced Congressional Resolution number 49. See the rest on my Substack. 100. Send me to Congress. It's our turn to fizz on. Anyway, so calling for the immediate disbarment and removal of Donald Trump. Disbarment of his entire Trump regime, lawyers, and over 200 members of Congress and 6 U.S. Supreme Court justices under Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. Welcome, Markup. Backed by legal precedent in State v. Griffin, New Mexico, Resolution 49 affirms Trump is an adjudicated insurrectionist as recognized by the Colorado, Maine, and U.S. Supreme Courts. It demands of all insurrectionist lawyers and elected officials, vacating of compromised offices in Supreme Court seats, snap elections to restore lawful representation, and amnesty vote with all implicated parties recused. That means that to remove the disqualification, and in fact all the members of Congress are in violation of their own oath of office not to have held what's called an amnesty vote. So everybody call Congress 202-224-3121 and memorize a number and tell them they must hold an amnesty vote to remove the disqualification. It has to be done by a 2/3 vote, which they don't have. That's the good news. This is not a partisan purge. This is a congressional and constitutional reckoning, said DeGenova. We cannot uphold democracy by sheltering sedition. Here's my 5-minute speech. Hello, fellow Americans. Today I rise not just as a candidate, but as a citizen who swore, like every elected official, to uphold and demand and defend the Constitution of the United States. That sacred document says, Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, that anyone who engages in an insurrection or gives aid to it cannot hold office, and yet today our government is riddled with people who did just that. Donald Trump has been adjudicated as an insurrectionist. The courts in Colorado and Maine confirmed it. Over 200 members of Congress stood behind him, pushing lies, violence, and sedition, and 6 Supreme Court justices have refused to uphold the Constitution they swore to defend. Enough is enough. Today I introduce Resolution 49 demanding the immediate disbarment of lawyers who aided the coup, vacating of office of all insurrectionists, snap elections to restore legitimacy, and an amnesty vote where none of the insurrectionists get to vote. This is a test of our Constitution. Will we uphold it or allow it to be trampled? The time for action is now. The American people deserve leaders who represent their oaths and honor their oaths, not betray them. Let's pass Resolution 49. Let's clean house. Here's the resolution number 49, titled Resolution to Disbar Insurrectionist Lawyers, Vacate Seats of Seditionists, and Restore Constitutional Order. Whereas Section 3 of the 14th Amendment to the Constitution of the United States clearly states that no person who has engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the United States or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof shall hold any office, civil or military, under the United States. Whereas Donald Trump has been declared an adjudicated insurrectionist by multiple judicial bodies, including the Colorado Supreme Court, the Maine Secretary of State, and noted by dissenting opinions in recent U.S. Supreme Court proceedings, whereas the Griffin case, State versus Cuy Griffin, New Mexico, 2022, sets legal precedent for the removal of elected officials who engaged in or aided insurrection, whereas over 200 members of Congress, 6 sitting justices of the Supreme Court, including Justice Roberts, and members of Congress who refused to certify lawful election results or promoted fraudulent electors, are in direct violation of their oath of office. Resolved that the House of Representatives and Senate jointly disbar all lawyers in violation of the 14th Amendment who participated in legal schemes to defraud the American people, including Trump's legal team, vacating seats of all insurrectionists by law, immediate snap elections to restore lawful representation, a House Senate amnesty vote on whether to lift the disqualifications by disqualified parties must recuse themselves. The press and public are encouraged to demand congressional action and immediate enforcement of the Constitution. Here we go. So here's a bar exam for barbarians. Why it's time to disbar the Sedition Caucus, or you can call them the Treason Caucus, or disbar Trump's Treason Caucus by Trista DeGenova, which you can go check out on my Substack, Trista DeGenova, and please tag all your Tucson friends below. so they know to write me in September 15th for Congress so we can unleash these 100 Congress-ready resolutions, and be sure to tag your Congress members below and copy and paste your favorite resolution and send it to your Congress members. How about that, Mapples? I'm Trista for Congress, Pima County Sheriff, and U.S. Presidential Candidate 2028. That is if we have elections, and I approve this message. Have a blessed day, y'all.